Namaste, Jai Hind. Welcome to MMK The Eagle View. Today we are going to see a very important update on what's happening with Pakistan, Iran, and in the Middle East. So we have been covering this extensively. So those who have missed the previous videos can just go to the playlist and see the video. We'll try to give the link also in the description. Just to give a brief background about what is happening, we saw the October 7th Hamas terrorist attack on Israel, and then Israel, entering into Gaza. They have launched a massive attack, and almost 40% of the buildings in Gaza has been brought to rebels, and there are more than 10,000 reported casualties, and more than 1,000 odd Hamas terrorists being killed, a lot of being taken captivated. And then you see the Israeli offensive in Gaza is continuing. It has not come to an end. It is continuing. And President Benjamin Netanyahu says it's going to go on for months until they finally weed out the last Hamas terrorist from the world. So that's on the one side. Now you saw Hezbollah targeting Israel on the second day of this war. And then Israel retaliated with airstrikes inside Lebanon on Hezbollah. And they also killed few Hezbollah commanders. So that front is also kind of getting heated up. Also on the other hand, you see Israel carrying out strikes in Jordan, and further it got spillover. The Houthis from Yemen joined this bandwagon. They started attacking the merchant ships in the Red Sea. To prevent that, Alliance of Prosperity was formed by US. A lot of US, UK, Canadian naval ships were there present in the Mediterranean Sea, and then they were just moved towards this particular place. Towards the Red Sea, and they also did some preemptive strikes on Houthis military bases in Yemen. So that was done by the US and UK Royal Air Force. Subsequently, Houthis increased the level of anti-ship missile attack in the Red Sea, and the critical point, flashpoint, was attacking an American merchant ship, but it was eventually saved. It was declared sailworthy. It has been escorted by an American ship. Now, America responded with 7 air strikes early morning today, where they literally had taken over the Houthis. Houthis continue to get a lot of support from Iran. Hezbollah also gets a lot of support from Iran. There are a dozen other terrorist organizations, militant groups, which has been used as Iran as their proxies. So now that place is completely getting heated up. The freight rate have gone up by almost 2.5%. 5 times in certain trade routes which pass through the Red Sea. A lot of ships have started avoiding it. The cost of insurance of the ships have gone up. Now they're taking a detour in Africa which cost 1 million loss per ship in terms of operating cost, and also it's going to cost 15 days of additional transit time, which will literally disturb the supply chain, the inventory management of all the companies and the nations which have been using this as a trade route connecting Asia with Europe. So this is on the this side of the problem. Now what Iran did 2 days before, they had struck the targets ISIS headquarters in Iraq. They have taken on the Mossad's spy intelligence agency's headquarters inside Iraq. Iraq protested it, but eventually Iran did it. And then yesterday we saw them striking Pakistan targets inside Pakistan, where they took on Jaish al-Adl, a terrorist organization, a Sunni militant outfit, which was actually have been fighting with Iran and IRGC since 2004. So things are getting heated up. Now this has been possibly the biggest strike done by Iran on Pakistan, a clear missile strike. And then Pakistan protested it condemned it, it recalled its ambassador, it expelled the Iranian ambassador, it disconnected all the talks. There was a joint naval exercise which was going on between Iranian and Pakistani Navy. That was called Pakistan pulled back its troops. And everybody in Pakistan started saying that we should retaliate. But there are a few thinkers too in Pakistan. They said no, we should not retaliate because we cannot afford to have a three-front third front opened up. One we have already with India, where sizable Pakistani forces are committed in the Indian border. The second one is the hostility with the Taliban in Afghanistan border. Third, their internal feuds with major terrorist organizations like TTP and BLA were very, very active in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan province. And then the country is almost running into a lot of debts, defaults. They don't have a stable government. There is a caretaker PM. The army is running its own show. The ISI is running its own show. The country is almost in the verge of breaking. Just been supported and been trying to kept intact by forces like China. So now, what options did Pakistanis had? Pakistanis, of course, have to strike back on Iran. But maybe it would be a gameplay of bombing few inhabited areas and then satisfy the domestic audience. Second, or to go strike an Iranian defense target that would have escalated it to the next level. Third, to keep quiet. So they were trying to kind of muffle all the media, but Pakistani citizens were active on internet. They said, no, we have taken a much bigger force like India. We responded within 48 hours during a Balakot airstrike. We should strike Tehran. But also, their nuke fans, we have a nuclear weapon, how the hell, Iran is messing around with us, Iran should be taught a lesson. But there are few sensible people, maybe 0.01% of Pakistani population, who were being seen debating on TV that this is not the right time to do it. We should not take the relations downwards with Iran. It's better we keep quiet and engage with them diplomatically. So similarly, Pakistani's Prime Minister, caretaker Prime Minister, and Saudi's Foreign Minister had spoken about this in Davos. They had a special meeting about it. US is keeping quiet. US has not officially said anything about it. Now, as far as the Irani strikes is concerned, India has taken a very clear stand that every country has an act of right to self-defend. If this kind of aerial strike on inside Pakistani territory is understandable. It clearly means that we have hit them twice, once during Uri and once during Balakot. It is perfectly normal to do that. It is understandable. So India has taken a clear pro-Iran stand as far as this airstrike on Pakistan is concerned. Now today's news is that Pakistani Air Force did a early morning strike on 7 different targets in Iran. So most of the targets are in Sharavan city. Something sounds weird, right? There is a Sharavan city in Iran. So we will speak about it in a separate episode. So it was named as Operation Mark Bar Sarmachar. So this was the operation named by the name itself is self-explanatory. Now the Pakistani official government release says that we are a peace-loving nation. We have a very, very good friendly relationship with Iran. We also have a lot of Saramchar diplomatic channels with Pakistan, with Iran. But unfortunately, Iran is allowing the militant friends like BLA and BLF to operate in their soil, and they have killed a lot of Pakistani soldiers and Pakistani civilians. We cannot afford to shed any more blood. That is why, in defense of this, we have targeted these terrorist organizations and we have did an airstrike, and the operation was successful. Now, all this said and done, they are also adding a caveat to it. What is that is, we have not targeted a single IRGC, which means the Iranian forces or the Iranian civilians in it. All the people who were targeted was non-Iranian residents, which means the Pakistanis, the Baluchis who are presently living in Iran, who have been active in that area, who do a lot of attacks on Chinese nationals, Chinese engineers, Chinese companies, Pakistani military and paramilitary forces. Now this words is like, Pakistanis are too good to play with. They really play well. We have hit you, that's for the domestic audience. They have hit us in 4 places, we have hit in 7 places. Now we are a bigger nation, we are powerful, your army is strong. So that's for the domestic audience, they are cheering up, fine. But they are also saying that no, please understand, we have killed our own people only. We have not killed any Iranian citizen, and we have also not killed any Iranian soldiers in it. So this is to kind of say, boss, leave us, that you had hit us, given me 4 slaps. I have kind of hit you back maybe 1 or 2 slaps. Let's settle this now. Now, but the ground sources through OSINT, I'll share the link with them in description. They provide us a lot of information, credible information. According to the OSINT sources, there are few bombs, I think 2 bombs, which were dropped close to the IRGC headquarters in the Sharavan city as a warning that we can, if we want to escalate, we can escalate. But the Pakistani media and official stand on this is like very, very muted and silent. and recalling of this ambassador and this thing is fine, but Pakistani media is screaming again and again. All their television channel debates, YouTube channels, they keep on screaming that no, we are Islamic brothers, we are Iran and Pakistan have a very good relationship. We have not hit any Iranian civilians or the IRGC, the Iranian Defense Forces. We have hit only our own people who are non-Iranian residents who are staying currently in Iran and carrying out subversive activities in Pakistani territory, especially in Balochistan. So this is kind of, they don't want to escalate. They don't want to escalate it further. But if you look at what Iran had said about it, Iran said they have suffered 4 civilian casualties, including children. Now Iran's statement is very, very clear. And a day prior to this, Jaish al-Adl, which acknowledged their damages by Iranian airstrike inside Pakistan, they crossed over the porous borders inside Iran, and they have killed Colonel Hussain Ali and his 2 of his bodyguards. He is a senior ranking military officer that has been acknowledged by Iran. So unconfirmed sources say Iranians have suffered 15 casualties, include 12 policemen, but Iranians do accept that Colonel Hussain Ali plus 2 of his bodyguards has been taken off by the terrorist organization Jaish al-Adl. Now coming to who is this Jaish al-Adl, it's very, very clear from the name. It's an sister organization of Jaish-e-Mohammed. Jaish-e-Mohammed, Jaish al-Adl and Lashkar-e-Toiba all are the Wahhabi puppets of ISI. These are clear ISI marked products, and now you know the reason why Iran has struck deep inside Pakistan. It's not a terrorist organization which was formed against Iran or against the Shias and who have a legitimate cause of freedom or suppression or whatsoever, who have been operating inside Pakistan, or some few fringe elements in Pakistan are supporting them. They are clear products of the ISI. Now, in this scenario, this airstrike has left it to the next escalation. The response from Pakistan is slightly more than what Iran has done. Now, Iran has got 2 or 3 options, I would say. Do a further more condemnation and leave the matter here, which is not all likely, but Iranians are riding very much high on their nationalistic pride and the power of their armed forces, the resurgence of their armed forces even after the repeated US sanctions. So that is not an option for sure, it is going to be. And their foreign minister has minced no words in telling that we don't want conflict with Pakistan. We have been telling about Jaish al-Adl for quite some time. We have given them evidences, they have not acted on it. It is to safeguard our own security, our own people. We did the airstrike and we will not hesitate to do it again. Now the words are very, very clear that they will not hesitate to do it again. They have struck in Iraq, they have struck in Syria, they have struck in Pakistan. Now we can expect a slightly escalated Iranian response on Pakistan for sure. If that doesn't happen, which is why it cannot happen, is China has been trying hard to mediate between Pakistan and Iran, because China buys a lot of cheap oil from Iran, which is critical for their economy right now, and China has invested billions and billions of dollars in Pakistan, and chunk of these assets are in the Iranian border in the Balochistan province, so they need to safeguard their own assets as well. So China is doing everything possible to stop this, but this escalation has gone up. Pakistani PM has also been speaking to Saudi Arabia, which is an arch rival of Iran. Now when all these players come in, you need to see where the Big Daddy stands. Big Daddy is keeping silent. US has not spoken much about it. If Iran strikes back Pakistan at a much higher level, then this is a golden opportunity for Pakistan to go back to US and its allies and beg them for F-16s, which has been been denied since Trump took over. 8 years, the Pakistani military aid given by US has been reduced to almost 10% of what it used to be in 2010 and 11. Now that is going to give an opportunity for Pakistan to bring in some more American hardware inside in the pretext of taking over Iran, and it suits America as well, because America would love to take on Iran to reduce the pressure on Red Sea, to reduce the pressure on Israel with Hezbollah, with the Houthis, which are obviously the proxies of Iran. So America also finds an option to check Iran through their eastern borders with Pakistan. But will Pakistan do this at what cost? Because we all know that China and Russia have a very, very close relationship. Iran has been providing Russia with this kamikaze drones. They have provided with a lot of artillery shells to Russia to continue the Ukraine war. So if Russia comes in, Russia definitely is going to take some actions against Pakistan, maybe not militarily, but there are other ways of choking Pakistan. Now, if this happens, Russia may send its navy towards the Arabian Sea, towards Karachi. Indian Navy is already present. Iranians do have a sizable navy to kind of blockade Karachi. So this is going to change Pakistan as a playground of the world's fair play. As the very famous American general saying last year said, we will fight Russia till the last Ukrainian. Similarly, Pakistanis who are like whose army is doing nothing except eating the people's money, the 5 lakh plus army. So US would want to use them as a cannon fodder to take on Iran and obviously Russia as well. So things are falling out very, very fast, rapidly. Geopolitics doesn't progress this much at this speed. Now the pace of this changes literally points out to some larger conflict if it is not controlled. But at the current scenario, Iran is in no mood to have a reconciliation with Pakistan, and Pakistani seeking US help will also anger China, because China's assets presence in Pakistan is sizable. Their investment is sizable. Pakistan has almost become a satellite state of China. So American presence in Pakistani soil, Chinese is the last thing they would want to have it. So China will also do something, which means they have a lot of terrorist groups inside Pakistan, or even Iran would do a proxy attack on Pakistan with by helping out TTP, by giving them shelter, arms and ammunition to TTP and BLA. So Balochistan and the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, both are in verge of collapse. If this happens, if this conflict spreads, it's a golden opportunity for India to open another quick front with Pakistan in the Kashmiri area, in the northern front, and to reclaim POK back as early as possible, because this is like where Pakistan in no situation can handle 2 internal conflicts and 3 external conflicts. Taliban are also pounding Pakistan right now. So this is a survival or an existential crisis for Pakistan if they don't handle it well. Let's see how this pans out. Thank you all. Jai Hind.